am going to call the tonight's meeting to order at 5:01. And before we get started with the agenda, I first want to thank the CBU staff, especially Latrina Harrington and Holly McLaughlin, for converting this meeting to this online format to preserve everyone's health and safety. I know it was a lot of work to do that. I also want to make sure that we understand how we're going to proceed in this format. And so first, for any members of the public that are watching this meeting on Facebook Live, you will have an opportunity to make public comment if you choose to. Just put that in the comments on the Facebook Live page, and Holly will read your comments during the public comments section. For board members, please keep yourself on mute to cut back on background noise and feedback and all of that. To comment as we're going through and having an opportunity to comment or ask questions. If you look at the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a thing you can click on called participants. If you click on that, a list of everybody in the meeting will pop up on the right side of the screen. And if you want to comment, if you go to your name and kind of hover over your name, you'll see a button that says more, and under that, I believe, nope, it's not that one. Hang on a minute. Oh, down at the bottom, there's a button called raise hand, and you can raise your hand. I'll see a display of that and can call on you. And at that point, you can unmute and ask your question, and then just mute back up again. When we vote on things, I will ask for a motion and a second, and whoever wants to make the motion and whoever wants to second, unmute yourself and say so. And then when we vote, Latrina is going to call the roll, and so she'll call each one of your names and you can vote then if you unmute. Okay? Any questions? Okay, let's do this. All right. So the first item on the agenda is to amend the agenda in that we are removing item 5C from the consent agenda. Is that correct, Vic? Oh, you're muted. You're still muted.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. The next thing is approval of minutes from the two previous meetings. On March 12th was a main meeting, and then on March 20th was an abbreviated special meeting. And do we need to approve those separately, or can we approve those together in one motion? Does anybody know?
I can jump in if you can hear me.
Yes.
It's up to you. How about that?
Okay, let's work on approving them together then. So first, are there any questions or comments or amendments to the minutes? If so, just click raise your hand. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Latrina, will you please take the roll?
Megan Parmenter.
I approve.
Jim Sherman. Jim?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Amanda Burnham.
Yes.
Jason Bannock.
Yes.
Jeff Amon.
Yes.
Thank you.
And me.
And
Jean
Jean.
says yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we move on to approval of the claims. So standard invoices in the amount of $1,163,952.68. Are there any questions or comments? Amanda.
So I've got a couple of questions. It looks to me from page 4 that, and a little bit onto page 5, that we had some vehicle repairs that needed to be done because of one said sideswiped car. Was that an accident that was caused by us, or someone else caused damage to our vehicles?
I can handle that one. It was not caused by us. It was an accident where our vehicle was hit by someone else.
Were any of our, were any staff members injured in that, or was it just vehicle damage?
Vehicle damage.
Okay, good. Then the next question I had was on page 7 for the traveler's indemnity. I don't know what this McCrea claim is, reimbursement for a liability.
Chris, do you know which one that is?
Chris Wheeler, City Legal, and I apologize, but I do not know what that claim is. That's not been something that I've worked on.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I'll go pull it and find out.
Okay, thank you. Those are the only questions I had.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay.
Jeff has a question.
Oh, Jeff, sorry.
That's okay. I raised my hand manually. I don't know if you saw me.
Okay.
So on page 3, there's 2 claims for FACO Waterworks. Same exact amount, slightly different descriptions. Just wanted to make sure those indeed were 2 different things. i.e. we didn't get charged twice. That's my question. I don't know the answer to that one.
I'll pull them just to double check. They should be separate. We're usually good about finding them, but I'll double check it.
You are good about it.
We try to be.
So, any other questions? Looking for any hands. Okay. Are we okay on voting for this? And assuming that if there are any of those problems that, get sorted out, we'll hear about them in the next meeting for any of these questions? Okay. So do I have a motion to approve the standard invoices?
So move.
Second.
And second. All right. And Latrina, will you take the roll?
Hey, Jim Sherman,
Yes.
Amanda Perlmutter. Amanda Burnham.
Yes.
Thank you. Jason,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
and Jean,
Yes.
and Megan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item is utility bills in the amount of $29,253.05. Are there any questions about the utility bills? Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Latrina, can you take the roll, please?
Amanda,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Jean,
Yes.
Megan,
Yes.
and Jim.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Utility bills are approved. Next is wire transfers in the amount of $378,292.54. Are there any questions on wire transfers? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion for approval of the wire transfers.
So move. So move.
Second.
All right, and Latrina, can you please take the roll?
Jason,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Jean,
Yes.
Megan,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Amanda.
Yes.
All right, motion is approved. Customer refunds in the amount of $417.79. Any questions about customer refunds? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second?
Latrina, can you take the roll?
Jeff,
Yes.
Jean,
Yes.
Megan,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
and Jason.
Yes.
All right. Next item is the approval of the consent agenda. Vic? Oh, Vic, you're muted. There you go.
Good evening, everyone. We're bringing the consent agenda with 2 items on it. The first one is BL Anderson for $7,426. This is purchasing and installing a chlorohydrate chemical feed pumps at the Monroe plant. The second is Homer Industrial for $18,100 to repair and rewind 2 vertical pump motors at the West Booster Station. Is there any board member who wishes to consider either of these items separately? Hearing none, if there's no opposition, these 2 items will be approved as recommended by staff.
Okay.
Hearing no opposition, the contracts are approved. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next item is a request for approval of Resolution 20-04 to award the Dillman Road Wastewater Treatment Plant Upgrade and Efficiency Improvements Project. And Brad Schrader is going to talk to us about that.
Hi, this is Brad Schrader with the Engineering Department. On Friday, March 20th, we opened bids for the Dillman Road wastewater treatment plant upgrade and efficiency improvements. We received 3 bids. We had our engineer review the bids, and you should have the bid tabulation in your packet. And we received bids from Reynolds Construction, F.A. Wilhelm, and Mitchell and Stark. And after our engineer's review of it, Reynolds Construction had the lowest cost, and they were responsible bids. So we are requesting your approval to award this contract to Reynolds Construction for a total of, with 2 alternates. Sorry about that. I believe the total is $23,493,700. Do you have to answer any questions regarding this?
All right. Are there any questions? Just hit that raise your hand button. Okay. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second?
And Latrina, can you call the roll, please?
Okay. Jean,
Yes.
Megan,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
and Jeff.
Yes.
Okay. Motion is approved. Thanks very much. And now we have the bid opening for the Griffey demolition. Yay. James Hall, would you like to tell us about this? Or
yes.
do the bid?
So I sent all the board members a bid tabulation because there's a lot of different things that when we open these that on the proposal sheet. So I'll fill that in as soon as we get done here. As soon as I get done presenting, I'll start putting those numbers in. And if you have questions, we can talk about it. And we'll bring it before the board again in 2 weeks for a resolution. So if we have more questions, we can bring it up then. But we received 2 bids. The first one is from Jeff Geiswhite Incorporated. And I forgot to say James Hall, CBU Environmental. So on the first line, the lump sum for total mercury soil to U.S. Ecology in Michigan, they have a price of $12,430. The second line, price per ton of mercury soil to U.S. Ecology, $110. On the third line, lump sum of 113 tons of mercury to Heritage Environmental, they have a lump sum of $2,996.76. And then the fourth line, a price per ton of mercury soil to Heritage of $26.52. On the second section, non-friable asbestos roofing material to Medora in right outside Medora, Indiana. They have a lump sum of $8,850 and a price per ton of $17.70. In the third section, paint, scrap metal removal and transportation, they have a lump sum of materials to U.S. Ecology of $11,000 with a price per ton of $110. And then the lump sum to Heritage Environmental of $2,652 with a price per ton of $26.52. In section 4, filter media excavation and transportation, they have a lump sum, this is to Medora, a lump sum of $15,576 with a price per ton of $17.70. Section 5, exterior wall, they have a lump sum, this is to Medora again, a lump sum of $17,487.60 with a price per ton of $17.70. On the sixth section, they have concrete flooring, approximately 1,500 tons to Medora. They have a lump sum total of $26,550 with a price per ton of $17.70. On section 7, interior wall removal and transportation to U.S. Ecology, it's 584 tons. They have a lump sum of $60,280 with a price per ton of $110. And to Heritage in Rochdale, Indiana, they have a lump sum of $14,532.96 with a price per ton of $26.52. Section 8, the balance of the demolition, they have a price of $374,500. And section 9, backfill material, they have a price of $34,625 with a unit price on crushed stone at $9.50 per ton. On triaxle backfill soil, $175 per triaxle load, and then of topsoil, $325 per triaxle load. And that's all the numbers for Geis White Incorporated. The next bid is from Environmental Field Services, or EFS. Okay, section 1, 113 tons of mercury to U.S. Ecology, $54,000 with a price per ton of $477.88. To Heritage Environmental, a lump sum of $34,700 and a unit price or price per ton of $307.08. On section 2, non-friable asbestos roofing material, 500 tons to Medora. They had a unit or a lump sum price of $52,500 with a unit price of $107. On section 3, painted scrap metal removal and transportation, 100 tons. They have going to U.S. Ecology in Belleville, Michigan, $101,000 with a unit price of $1,010. And going to Heritage Environmental, they have a lump sum of $70,000 with a unit price of $700 per ton. Section 4, filter media excavation and transportation, approximately 880 tons going to Medora. They have a lump sum price of $56,500 with a unit price of $64.21 per ton. Section 5, exterior wall, approximately 988 tons going to Medora, Rumpke. Lump sum price of $69,000 with a unit price per ton of $69.84. Concrete flooring and removal and transportation, approximately 1,500 tons going to Medora. Lump sum of $105,000 with a unit price of $70 per ton. Section 7, interior wall removal and transportation, approximately 548 tons going to Belleville, Michigan. They have a lump sum price of $322,000 with a unit per ton of $587.60. And going to Heritage, they have a lump sum of $211,000 with a unit price per ton of $385.04. Balance of the demolition project, they have a lump sum of $154,000. In Section 9, backfill material, they have a lump sum of $77,800 with a unit price of backfill material crushed stone at $22.60 per ton. A unit price on backfill soil per triaxle load of $427.30, and a unit price per triaxle load in topsoil of $1,340 per load. And that's all the bid numbers that we have. I will enter those in the spreadsheet that I've already shared with you, and so you'll have those in front of you momentarily. Is there any questions with that?
Amanda.
Hi there. Just keeping track of those numbers, they are, I mean, were they bidding on the same thing?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Some of the numbers are really higher, so it could be trucking contracts that they have. And then there was a big difference between the total demolition bid, like the Section 8, one was 370 and the other was 154. So some of the numbers may be billed into transportation and the demolition for some reason.
Okay. They seem very, very different. So I just want to make sure that I know you guys will drill down into everything, but there's big discrepancies in the two bids. So
yeah. Anyone else? Click on raise hand or wave at me in your camera. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah, that was my main concern too, the discrepancy between the two sets of numbers, and, you know, are the lower end numbers from the first bid good solid disposal sites for those materials, or is the second bid just higher? You know, what is the issue there? So I'm sure you all will research that thoroughly and let us know. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Next item is the request for approval of the Memorandum of Understanding with the IU Bloomington campus for sewer upgrades to accommodate flow from the new North Campus residence hall that's going to be built. And Vic is going to talk to us about this.
So moved.
Vic, are you there? Vic, are you muted? Let's see, where are you? Yeah, Vic, you're muted. You're still muted.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Latrina, just FYI, when you have the full screen like that, I don't have a mute button.
Oh, wow. Okay, good to know. Thank you.
So what is going on here is Indiana University is building a new dormitory up on the north side near Memorial Stadium. The sewer that serves that area and goes north across the 45-46 bypass, and then ultimately meets up with the sewer interceptor to Blucher Pool, is undersized for the amount of demand that there is. And we have had in the past, during high flow events, we have had events where there were overflows in a couple of spots going down the canyon there north of 45-46 bypass. So this project really pushes us over the edge in terms of needing to upsize that sewer. We have been in negotiations with the university for about a month or 6 weeks now, looking at how we might be able to divide the costs with them. Our research shows that about 44% of the total flow to that sewer system is actually coming from Indiana University. So IU has agreed to pay 44% of the capital costs associated with the project. And we would execute that by sending them a bill for 44% of each of the invoices we get as the project's being executed. The total cost of the project is around $2 million. And we are confident that, barring some highly unforeseen circumstances, that we're very confident that project will be completed in time for August of 2021, when IU plans to open the new dormitory. So that's really all I had to say about it. I probably should ask Member Bannock to remark because he had an email about this earlier today.
I'm not going to remark. I'm just going to abstain.
I just wanted to make sure that was on the record. So
it will be.
If you have any questions for Mr. Wheeler, he can answer them, but that's basically the story.
Let's see, Jeff has his hand up.
Yeah, so my question regards the $2 million estimate. I am glad to see, and I think this is our usual approach with IU, that we do some analysis and have a basis for the cost sharing that we have with them. We just like the evaporators, and we come up with a formulaic approach, and it all makes sense. So I always appreciate that, and think that that's the right thing to do here. My concern is the $2 million. If we exceed that, we have a not to exceed agreement with IU. So how might it be that this project could exceed $2 million, and what's the probability that might occur, Vic?
We don't think the probability is very high. The estimate that was arrived at by one of our engineers working with a contractor looking at similar projects. At one point, we hoped it would come in significantly cheaper because we were looking at using a pipe bursting method to install it, but we discovered that that was not feasible. So we went with the larger number.
So would you consider this to be a conservative estimate?
I can ask Brad Schrader to comment on that.
Yeah, we think it's conservative. I mean, it's very early on, and we haven't done, of course, the engineering studies behind it, but based on the methods we used, we set it up so that we thought it'd be realistic and then on a conservative side with the contingency. So yeah, we think it's a pretty good estimate.
But does Indiana University understand that we might want to come back to them if the actual project exceeds $2 million?
This is Chris Wheeler with City Legal. I don't seem to have a video capability, so you get to look at a black screen when I'm talking. the black screen of law. At any rate, as I understand it from the negotiating that took place, in the event that we are incorrect in our estimate and this project will cost more than $2 million, we will not be going back to IU for an amendment or additional funding. We bear the risk of our projected cost analysis of $2 million. We bear the risk of going over that $2 million by the way this agreement has been reached.
Okay, well, I heard Brad say that he believes it's a conservative estimate, so I'm good with that.
Okay. And Jim, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I just have a different kind of question about IU because they're involved in this. For who knows how long, the water usage at IU is going to drop significantly. No dorms, no showers, no toilets, no people in buildings. Does that have any effect, or is that just a small amount considering everything in Bloomington?
Are you speaking about the pandemic response?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually a question that we've been discussing, really not in the context of this project, but we have been discussing how to get at those numbers. Not everyone has left. There's still quite a few of the students in town, but we are doing some preliminary analyses, and of course we'll be watching the March and April billing process real closely to see how that works out. But obviously, yeah, we expect it to be a significant drop, similar, and also with the shutdown of commercial operations and restaurants. We anticipate that we're going to have revenue below what we anticipated over the coming months.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. Hearing none, then I would entertain a motion for approval of the MOU.
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina, can you call the roll, please?
Yep. Megan?
I approve.
Jim?
Yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Jason?
Abstain.
Jeff?
Yes.
And Jean?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, motion is approved. Now we've got any old business from the board? Any old business from staff? I think I went backwards there. Any new business from staff?
No.
Any new business from the board? All right. And I don't think we had any subcommittees meeting, did we? Are there any subcommittee reports? Doesn't look like it. Okay, staff reports, Vic.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is certainly a change in the way we operate. I think the Zoom meeting actually works pretty well, and a little practice will be able to make this go. Hopefully, we won't have to do it too many times, but we'll be ready. I just wanted to follow up, share with you a little bit about the COVID-19 planning that we've been doing here at CBU. Our staff has been talking about it now for a little over a month in various ways. Obviously, we're taking the precautions at the service center. Right now, essentially everyone who can work from home on a regular basis is doing so. We did close the service center door a little over a week ago, and it remains closed. Customer service is working very well using the internet approaches and telephone. So I think that's moving along well. Other staff are working remotely, but anyone who works in the field is still working and proceeding along as much as normal as possible. So we are moving ahead with some projects. You may have seen a press release earlier today about a lot of projects that Public Works Department is proceeding on. We will be proceeding with some projects as well. Notably one on 6th Street, on the north side of the square. We're going to be replacing that water line as part of facilitating some redevelopment in the alleys up there just north of the square. So we're going to move ahead on projects as much as we can. At this point, we don't have any reported illnesses as yet for CBU staff. So we're running basically with essentially full staff. All the plants are running well, and we're not having any problems out there. So at this point, we're settling in. I think we're still obviously fearing for the worst, but preparing for it, and we'll continue to work together to get through all of this.
Oh, Amanda, did I see your hand up? No? Okay, all right, very good. Any questions for Vic? I actually had one, Vic, when our crews are out in the field, are the nature of the projects that they're working on allowing them to do appropriate social distancing?
Yes, we haven't had an issue with that as yet. One of the issues that we have been concerned about is having two people in the same truck. We are taking steps citywide to allow employees to have the option or even be required to drive their own vehicle in that circumstance so that we can have only one person in the truck. T&D is working on that right now. They're also have done things like having it so that the workers don't clock in. Their superintendents make sure they're here, and then they record the time clock entry so that you don't end up with 70 people lined up for the time clock twice a day.
Oh, good.
We've been doing that sort of thing. Today, the staff in T&D met, and we're looking into other ways to further reduce the number of people who are in the garage at any time, with staggering people coming in, reducing just the number. If we're only going to have nobody except the person who drives the truck is going to go into the garage to get the truck, those kinds of things. So we are continuing to improve the way we handle all of that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It's good to hear that. Okay. Do we have any petitions and communications from the public? Holly, were there any comments on our Facebook Live?
No questions or comments from the public on Facebook.
Okay, thank you. Well, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn our first virtual meeting.
So move.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good job, Gene and all.
Thanks. Take care.
All right.
Y'all stay well.